Nah, what's up guys, welcome back to another Phantom Forces video. But before the video starts, I'm gonna just say thank you guys so much for the amount of views you got on my shorts video. I mean, at the time of editing it right now, it's at 1.4k views, which makes it my most viewed video on YouTube that I've ever got. So thank you guys a lot for that. But first I got a clip and then we'll get on to the video. Now before we start ranking, I'm actually pretty surprised that all base guns in Phantom Forces are pretty good. There's not really a bad gun out there, it just depends on preference. But for me, out of all the guns that I used, the KSG just felt bad. It didn't feel good, there wasn't a lot of range, which I know shotguns are supposed to have range, but even then it didn't compensate it with the damage. Damage was trash, range was bad, hipfire accuracy bad. The only thing this gun had going for it was the fire rate and the ammo. But honestly, there's just better guns out there, and that's why it's coming in at number 9. It's not even good for a shotgun. Now next up is the MK11, or Mark 11, I don't know what to call it, but this one's super opinion based, and to me it felt pretty good. It didn't feel like a bad weapon, but I know to a lot of people this thing sucks, and honestly it's probably because of the fire rate and the ammo capacity. But besides those two things, this gun's pretty good. It hits like a tank, and it reloads pretty damn fast. But I probably wouldn't use it again. And if you wanted to get into DMRs, this is a great gun to start with. Now next up we got the MP5K. The MP5K to me is just a decent gun. It's there at rank 1. It's a gun that you start with and a gun that you forget about really quick. Honestly, I don't blame you if you use this thing. It is a good looking gun. I really like how it looks. It has a nice collapsible stock, small barrel, and good reload animation. This thing's pretty nice. But damage and ammo wise, this thing's pretty mid. It's alright gun. I want to use it a lot and I don't. And that's why it's earned a solid number 7 spot. It's not a bad gun though. Now next up we got the new M14. To be honest, I don't really like this thing. Recoil is super bouncy. Damage is alright. And the ammo capacity is nothing. To be honest, I don't really like this thing. It's just a new gun, so I'm not ranking it super low. I haven't got enough time to play with it. I haven't got attachments on it, so maybe that's why. But yeah, that earned it a solid number 6. And at number 5, we got the Colt LMG. And from here on, all the guns are very good. They're all viable, super usable. And the Colt LMG is one of them too, but I just don't like it as much as the other guns, to be honest. Magazine's really good, reload's really good, range really good, RPM really good. This thing's just all around a solid gun, but to me it's just the movement speed that puts it off. It's a little bit slow, so if you are running this thing you want to run a pretty fast melee, but that is my only downside. It just comes up to preference. If this is your favorite gun, I can respect it. It's a really good gun, and yeah, to me it just gets a number 5 spot. The AK-12 is like a rock. It's solid. This thing's crazy. Its fire rate, reload, movement speed, all of it, so good. One of the best guns in the game. I haven't nearly used this as much as I should. Literally just slap on a suppressor, slap on a hollow sight, and it's already one of the best guns in the game. And it barely even has recoil. There could be an argument to make this a little bit higher, which I would probably agree, but this thing is good where it should be. It's super deserving of the spot, and I would use it more if it weren't for the next gun on the list. Speaking of the next gun on the list, the Beowulf ECR. Now this may shock a lot of people because I don't see anyone using this thing, but trust me, it's super underrated. You know, with like the normal 10 round mags, this thing does suck. It's not a good weapon, but once you throw on the 5.56 conversion, this literally becomes the best gun in the game in my opinion. The only reason I'm not putting it at number 1 is because I know if I did, not a lot of people would agree with me, and I just don't really care for that, so I'm putting it here at number 3, even though like personally I feel like it's a number 1. There's not really a downside to this gun. The fire rate and the damage are so good, movement speed's pretty good, and if you haven't tried it out, I'll leave the setup in the comments below. Now coming in at number 2, and I'm pretty sure everybody expected this, it's the M4A1. And I'm pretty sure that everyone knew it was going to be either 1 or 2, but for me, I would say it's personally number 2. Number 1 is just a lot better than it. And honestly, with this gun, I haven't really used it at all, and I only started using it to record footage, and I'm kind of glad I did because this gun's pretty solid. It's a really good gun, it deserves a 2 spot, and it's a really good beginner weapon. If you're going to start PF, this is the gun that you want to start using it first. And once I get bored of the Beowulf, I'll probably start using the M4 too, because this thing is pretty fun to use. And that leaves the intervention at number 1. To be honest, I'm so glad Silas made this the first sniper you get, because it's also the best. This thing has amazing one-tap torso range, and it also has amazing one-tap head range. I probably have the most kills on this gun than in any gun in the game. Just sniping with it is so fun, and it scopes in pretty fast too. And the footage you're watching right now literally was my first spawn into the game. That's how good this gun is. You can just hit a clip spawning in once that easily, and that's why I give it the number 1 rank spot. And that's it for the video, guys. I hope you like my list. If you don't agree with it, you can comment down below why, and we can just talk about it. I'll reply to every comment that I see down low, and if you want to, you can comment your setup, comment what video you want me to do next. And if I get at least 10 comments about their setups in the game, then I'll make a setup video coming out maybe next Friday. Depends when I can make it. And yeah, thank you guys for the views on my latest short. I hope I can take the channel up from here, you know, do other video games, stuff like that. Just comment what you want me to do and I'll do it. Make sure to like and subscribe, turn on the bell notification, comment down below, and I'll see you guys next upload. Peace.